the sun shines every day. So come with me, I'll take you there. I'll take you there.
Hello and welcome, and boy have I got a great place to show you today. We're in Potes. This place is really off the beaten track. The drive here was absolutely amazing. It's one of the best drives I can actually remember having, and I've driven millions of miles. The road takes you through the foot of the Picos mountain range. So you've got mountains on either side of the road, you're right at the bottom in a valley, and then next to you most of the way there's beautiful rivers running with crystal clear water and cute little bridges, and every turn you're just in awe of the natural wonders of the world. And when you walk around in this town, you're never far from the mountains. You can see it between the buildings at every end of every road. In the distance you can see the mountains, and even though it's hot here, there's still snow on the top of some of them. I believe the highest peak is at an elevation of around 2,600 metres, so they're pretty serious mountains. They're not like the Peak District. But it's not just the setting that makes this place so wonderful. Obviously it's set in the mountains, and it's the location where two rivers converge, so there's beautiful little streams and waterfalls and bridges. But it's the human element that really stands out to me. The effort they've put into constructing these buildings and making sure that it's aesthetically pleasing, and then maintaining it for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. That's what really strikes me about the place.
No, pero si esa es la...
I'll show you a perfect example of what I mean here. Now, this building's what you would call half timbered, in that some of the timbers are showing externally. And while some durable hardwood species can be used outdoors without treatment, most of them benefit from preservation to extend their lifespan and maintain their appearance. These timbers have been here for centuries, and they're still in good condition. They've been looked after. There's not much cracking or deterioration in them. I would hate to think how many coats of oil they've had over the years. And it doesn't stop there. The people of Potes, without question, are very, very proud about where they live. They put in a huge amount of effort, and they're not going to let something like not having a garden stop them.
Hola.
Hola.
Ma.
I suspect that these are the reasons why it's earned its place on Los Pueblos Más Bonitos de España, which is Spain's officially recognised list of the most beautiful towns in Spain. I was curious about the sound of trickling water here. I suspect that that's mountain water runoff, which they can't stop, so they've just kind of diverted it under here, and it must go down beneath this road or these buildings into the river. Despite having become something of a tourist hotspot, this little town still has this amazing feeling of peace and tranquility about it. This is the fourth video in a series I'm shooting over a period of 3 months. Actually, it might take me longer than that because I'm just finding so many great places. I might come back and do another few months. I've left a link to the series in the description box. You can click on there, or you can just as well as being known for having an amazingly well preserved medieval town and being in a fantastic location, Potes is also famous for its local cuisine, especially the cocida lebaniego, a hearty chickpea stew. Other culinary highlights include local cheeses and honey. The Arutho liqueur is also a local speciality. It's some kind of grape brandy, and since Potes is known for producing this liqueur, it's the location where they host the Feast of Arujo every year. This old mill is now a family home. Isn't it spectacular? I love the stone. Potes is also often referred to as the town of bridges. I know I said that they maintained all the buildings well. There are some exceptions. This one's a bit of a doer-upper. Another thing I like walking around Spanish towns, villages, coastal resorts is that, unlike in the UK, they really seem to make the most of it. As a people, they tend to congregate outside, very informal. They just pull chairs up outside, and every day I see elderly people chatting together, stood in the street or sat on a planter, and families outside their front doors on some just basic chairs. They don't need much, they just know how to enjoy being outside. I appreciate they've got better weather and that might be a factor, but if you think about it, can you remember a time in the UK when you were driving down the street and people were sat outside their houses or stood in groups just chatting?